Hi, I'm Steve, the Introverted Traveler. I've made it my mission in life to explore the beaches, deserts, mountains, and even cityscapes around us, and to do so while avoiding contact with as many people as possible. And although I will never hang out with you for any reason, I do invite you to join me on my journey. Come and see the world through the eyes of an extreme introvert. On this edition, we are climbing Elk Mountain in the Tillamook State Forest of Northern Oregon. Along the way, we will encounter dense forests, rocky terrain, beautiful views, and stoner bros giggling their way through the woods. I just passed 3 frat bros, and I swear I almost got a contact high. All this and much more on this Introverted Travels. Greetings, and I'm back yet again on yet another adventure. And today, well, this may come as a shock to my frequent viewers, all 4 of you, but I'm in the middle of the woods. More specifically, I am in the middle of Tillamook State Forest here in beautiful Northern Oregon. And if that name sounds familiar, Tillamook, there's a bunch of cheese named after Tillamook. Now, there's no cheese here, although I would totally hike the 8.5 miles. I'm on a loop trail, so we'll get to that in a second. But I would totally hike the 8.5 miles just to get some cheese. But unfortunately, I'm only near a cheese factory, and I have no idea which direction it is. But yes, this forest is indeed named after Tillamook cheese. That's how famous that cheese is. But me, I'm on the Elk Mountain Trail Summit Loop. I don't know exactly what it's called on all trails. I'll put the actual name right down here. But I'm going up the Elk Mountain, and it is going to be about, as I said, 8.5 according to all trails. Now, this is of course a part of the formula in which I make fun of all trails because, as we know, all trails sucks. But all trails says 8.5, so reality says at least 9, if not more. It could go up to 10,000. We don't know, but hopefully I'll be done by nightfall, and I won't have to sleep, at the top of the mountain dreaming about cheese. Now, I am here at the trailhead, and really the sign for the trail tells you everything you need to know. Now, it's been defaced by a bunch of mindless vandals, but we have Elk Mountain Summit right there. It is 1.4 miles, and then the rest of the loop after that. And some mindless idiot has defaced the sign to say steep AF. Now, I like to think that AF stands for apple fritter, and there could very well be a pastry shop at the top. But, of course, in reality, it just means it's really freaking hard. So, it's supposedly a scramble. It's straight uphill, at least for the first couple of miles, up to the summit, and then a little bit of a scramble down. And then, according to all trails, which means that this is probably complete fiction, it's a nice little 6-mile jaunt after that, and it's not too difficult. So, we're going to go do that. But that's not the meat and potatoes of the video. The meat and potatoes of the video, well, the trailhead where I parked had absolutely no cars, but I parked a little further from the actual trailhead. The actual trailhead, 3 cars. Now, that could be good or bad. If we do the introverted math, 3 times a capacity of, roughly 4 people per car, there could literally be 12 people out on this trail. But I had to walk through a campground, which had a boatload of people. There could be more than 12 people out here, is what I'm trying to say. So, I'm going up a very steep trail that could possibly kill me, and I may run into at least 12 people that, just the stress of that could possibly kill me. But this is far fewer than I'm used to. So, a part of me is like, oh, well, this is going to be great. I may only see 12 people. And the other part of me is like, oh, I may see 12 people. Oh. Breathe. But it's okay. We're going to go up. We're going to do the summit. We're going to do the loop. We're not going to die. And if we see anybody, we're just going to, jump off a cliff and cry on our way to our imminent death. But aside from that, let's get this done. The formula is finished. I've made a couple of really crappy jokes about food. And yeah, we're in the woods. We're in Northern Oregon. It's just a typical Sunday. And I'm going up to some place that could possibly kill me. So again, just a typical Sunday. I am only about a quarter of a mile up this mountain so far, and I've already got some really cool views. Not much, just a taste, I mean, I'm seeing some beautiful trees down there. I'm seeing some beautiful trees in front of me. I'm standing next to a beautiful tree. Imagine how that works. And yeah, I'm already starting to see some nice views. And I'm hearing some weird bird thing out in the bushes. There seem to be a lot of weird bird things in Oregon. I'm not exactly sure what they are or where they are, because you never actually see the stupid things. But yeah, there's a lot of weird bird things out here. And we're starting to get some beautiful views of the Tillamook forest region. Again, named after the famous cheese. Now, what I will tell you is so far the trail that I'm on is just, you know, a normal trail. Now, according to the comments on All Trail, why do I even bother? But it gets pretty steep pretty fast, and I'm actually going clockwise on the loop because it was recommended just to get the steep parts out of the way first, and then the rest of the hike is just, you know, moderate through, you know, some beautiful areas and blah blah blah. Now, according to the comments, this may be just a general scramble where, you know, you got to scramble up rocks, or it may literally be a death mountain. It just depends on who you're reading at any given time. Apparently you scramble up, you stand on top of the summit and go, ooh, I'm at the summit, you know, like you always do at summits, because, you know, what the hell are you going to say? Oh, it's rocks and trees. No, you go up there, you go, ooh, look at the views, and then you start going down. Now, according to some of the reviews I saw, when you start going down, this is where the thread kind of gets lost. Either it's just a scramble down, you need to have some poles and, you know, just be safe, or it is literally vertical down a cliff. I mean, the comment section in this particular trail is all over the map, and it's either, oh, you know, it's just a difficult trail, all the way up to, you're gonna die. So, you know, I always assume I'm gonna die anyway, so that never deters me. Now, I have gotten some inside information from people who have done this trail that basically, you know, the slope down is, you have to probably do it on your butt, but it's just a little bit of a scramble. It's not a big deal. So I'm going to go up and probably find, you know, a vertical death trail, because that's just my luck. But yeah, if you judge a hike based on the comments in All Trails, well, don't do that. I mean, seriously. I mean, some people are truthful and just say, you know, it's a scramble, but if you're in shape, you'll be okay. And then some people are just, I'm pretty sure they take a hit of acid before they make a comment, and they're like, there's purple squirrels and death everywhere. I mean, that's literally how bad All Trails is. But as we all know from watching my videos frequently, say it with me, All Trails sucks. Well, unfortunately, I just encountered 2 other hikers. And nothing says, you know, going up an incredibly steep hill, which, by the way, is absolutely exhilarating. So far, this hike has been exhilarating. It's been exciting. My heart is pumping. My blood is flowing. And then through the woods, I hear a wah, wah, wah. But that's okay. The plague of human vampires has passed, and we are once again out here in the middle of the steep mountain forest, you know, by ourselves. But I do want to mention something. So unfortunately I can't show this because, you know, my camera is literally on the selfie stick, but I've been using my selfie stick, and I do have poles, but I hardly ever take them out because, you know, I have to stop, I have to take my backpack off, etc., and I'm incredibly lazy. But I've been using my selfie stick like a staff. I've been climbing up these rocks and this mountain, like putting it on the ground like this and going, and I look at my hand and I'm holding like this metal pole, and again, you can't see it because you're literally on it. You know, it looks like a nice giant metal staff, and I'm thinking to myself, all the hiking that I've done, all the experiences and adventures I've had over the last 2 years, I may have become a wizard. Now, I don't think I have any magic of any kind, white, black, red, purple, whatever magic there is. But, I mean, I'm using this staff like it's a freaking, you know, magic wand. I'm climbing up mountains with it. I may have become a +3 wizard or a level 40 wizard, or I don't know what you geeks say, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that I have some kind of magical abilities now, because you can't climb this shit unless you are magic to one degree or another. I mean, you're gonna die if you don't have a little bit of like magic or good luck, and I have absolutely no good luck, so I'm just gonna say I have magic. But yeah, I'm using this as a staff. I'm climbing up giant mountains. I'm dealing with the scourge of other people, and there may be a dragon around here that I might have to fight later. So yeah, pretty sure hiking has made me a wizard. All right, so it looks like the views are getting better and better and better and better, but I'm still not at the top. I can barely talk because I've been climbing up a freaking mountain. But yeah, I think I'm almost there. I mean, it's like right in front of me and going up there somewhere. But yeah, so far, not bad. There's the road right there that I came in on. There's the mountain right there that I'm hoping not to fall off of. There's the other mountains over there that I'm also hoping to never fall off of. And yeah, overall, I'm making progress, but I'm doing it like, seriously, evolution is going faster than me right now. But that's okay. I mean, I'm going up a giant mountain. What do you expect? But that's okay. I'm gonna make it to the top of this thing, and then hopefully I'll make it to the bottom of this thing in one piece. I mean, I'm not going back the way I came, obviously, because I wouldn't make it in one piece. That would be bad. But yeah, here's the views. Here's where I am. I'm still bald, and I'm still incredibly sexy. So let's keep going. I'll just get sexier as I, get up the mountain even further. So let's go. So it looks like this is the final battle uphill, whatever you want to call it, before I get to the peak. And then there's some battles to get over to the peak and to the other side. But yeah, I'm almost to the top. I'm not dead yet, regardless of wishes and rumors. Unfortunately, I just saw another hiker, but this person didn't want to talk to me. I didn't want to talk to that person. We barely said 2 words to each other. We passed like ships in the night, and all was good. Except, of course, I had to see another person that is echoing through my brain and my soul and slowly wounding my ability to, exist. But I'll get over it because, yeah, I'm almost up there. Now, how hard is this part gonna be? I mean, I can barely see through the forest and the green and all that crap. So it could be super easy, or I could be laying here on the forest floor bleeding for quite a while. We'll see. That's Sunday hike day. That's part of the adventure. Am I gonna live or am I gonna die? It's Sunday, 50-50 chance. Okay, I have officially made it to the top of Elk Mountain summit. I have no idea what the hell this says. Elk Mountain, Mazamas. Your guess is as good as mine, and I don't know why there's like a half broken tree root there, but whatever. I made it to the top, and here's the bonus. I'm up here by myself. I'm finally at the cool thing. I mean, look at this. There's some trees in the way, so it's hard to see all the views, but look at that. There's views right there. I'm at the top of the cool thing, and there's not like 1,000 people up here. There's nobody up here. I'm here by myself. It's glorious. It's wonderful. What the hell am I supposed to do? I mean, serious. I came up here thinking there'd be like 20 people up here, and I'd be like running down through the woods like I usually am, you know, cursing, and then I'd make a video down the trail telling you how horrible it was up here, and there are all these people. But no, I'm actually at the summit, right there. There's the sign, and there's nobody here. This feels wrong. It feels weird. I'm in Oregon, right? I'm still in Oregon. I mean, that looks kind of Oregon-ish out there somewhere. And there's... Is this what happens when I actually get what I want? That just sounds weird. I mean, honestly, it just feels a little bit off. But that's okay. We made it. There's a bunch of buzzing insects up here. There's a bunch of shrubs, and you can barely see anything. So yeah, it sounds like one of my hikes, but yeah, there's nobody. Now, there could be people in the bushes. There could be people snickering. There could be people pointing. I don't hear anything, but yeah, I'm still on, you know, introvert red alert just because I've been burned so many times, but so far, I'm alone up here, and it's glorious. It's beautiful. Now, what I will tell you is there's going to be a pretty nasty scramble down over this peak somewhere in there. I don't know where I am yet. I actually have to check the map. But there's going to be, you know, butt scooting and, you know, weird, awkward Olympics going on in just a few minutes. But at the moment, I'm up here. I'm by myself. And it's kind of like when the dog catches the car. I have no idea what to do. I'm just going to stand here and stare for a minute and then get the hell out of here. It sounds good to me. So let's do that. So this is the part that the comments on All Trails described as falling off a sheer cliff. I swear, those people must lick the LSC postage stamp before they actually, you know, do the hike and then post about it, because yeah, it's dangerous, yeah, it's challenging, but it's not impossible. However, what I tell you what's really challenging, there was another person who came up right behind me after I made that last video, and he's coming down too, so I have to run and cry now. I mean, forget the sheer cliff, there's people. So here's the update. I was up at the summit. I was there for about 2 minutes. I was able to take photos. I was all alone. I had solitude. I had silence. It was wonderful. I did my video. I got all my business done. And then some dipping dot decided to click his way up the trail with his, you know, hiking poles, sit down and break out a sandwich. So as much as I wanted to sit there and listen to him chew, I decided to go ahead and go down that big cliff thingy that you saw me navigating. And for some reason, people on All Trails are afraid of it, but for some reason, people on All Trails are afraid of, like, everything. So at the moment, I'm actually out here in the forest. This, I believe, is kind of the last bit of uphills that I'm going to have to do. I couldn't tell you exactly what it is or where I am. I'm in the middle of the woods. I mean, that's about as good as you're going to get from me. But I have some good views. Kind of, sort of. I mean, you can see things are there behind the trees. But yeah, so I was only up at the summit for a couple of minutes before the invasion started, and then I've seen multiple people since then. So I guess my theory is still proven. They're they're showing up at the cool thing. I just happened to find a bubble in that weird phenomenon. I was able to be there for a couple of minutes, and then I got the hell out. But yeah, we're on our way. Now, the unfortunate thing is, I feel like I'm done. I did the uphill. I battled my way to the summit. I got to the views. I got to the cool thing. I still have like 6 miles left. I mean, this thing is a loop, so I don't know what the rest of this video is going to be about. I mean, probably just me walking and complaining. But then again, isn't that every video? So I guess it's just a standard video. But yeah, I'm going to go that way. I'm going to walk and complain. And we'll see what we see. But hopefully it won't be people. You know it's totally going to be people. Let's go. All right, so now I'm out in the middle of absolutely nowhere. I'm out in the middle of the woods. Look at this. There's nobody around. I haven't seen people in like half an hour. I don't know. I know they're out here. They're clicking and talking and doing whatever they do through the woods. But at the moment, I have a pocket of solitude. But I will tell you, even with the silence, I'm still hearing like motors and gunshots and all sorts of other things. I mean, look, I know that the forest and nature is for everybody. I get that, but do the majority of you have to be so damn annoying about it? I mean, you can't just come out here and be quiet and just wander through the woods and enjoy yourself. You got to get on like motorbikes. You got to get motorboats and run around and pollute the rivers and the streams and the lakes. You got to get guns and shoot up whatever the hell you're shooting at. I mean, really, seriously, can't you just come here and go, shh? I mean, does humanity really have to make an ass out of itself no matter where it is and no matter where it goes? Of course, that's a rhetorical question. The answer is yes. We are a species that can't respect our environment or each other. We have to just be major assholes about everything. Well, I'm hearing it today. I'm hearing the gunshots. I'm hearing the motorbikes. I haven't been run over by a mountain biker or knocked off a cliff by a trail runner yet, but I'm expecting it any minute. Seriously, you all have these stupid little hobbies that you do out here, and most of them, or half of them at least, are dangerous, stupid, and annoying, and the other half is like polluting and destroying the place that you're enjoying to begin with. I'll never understand humans. I never understand the contradictory nature of humans. I never understand humans saying, oh, my fun and excitement and my freedom is better than everybody else's freedom, and it's more important than nature. I don't get you. I don't get any of you. But that's okay. I am at least getting enough solitude that I'm not going to rant, the entire way. I'm not going to just be like Donald Duck down the damn trail. But still, you people are annoying. And that's just, to me, imagine what you're doing to nature. I mean, nature tries to kill us all, and for good reason. And if I was nature, I'd try to destroy the planet and everything living on it all the time just to get some peace and quiet. Well, there you go. We got some beautiful views here finally. I don't know what mountain that is over there. That may be King Mountain, or maybe, I really need to use a map mountain. I have no idea, but I'm in the middle of the woods and it just opens up and there you go. Wonderful views. Now, what I will tell you, aside from the beautiful views over there, and I guess the light's hitting me in this direction, so I should hold the camera this way. But what I will tell you is I just passed 3 frat bros who were laughing and screaming and bopping and whatever they're doing all through the woods. Now, they had with them one dog, but there was 1 dog and 3 humans. So there's no, introverted math cancelization there. But what I will tell you is they're giggling and, laughing, destroying my soul. We all know that speech. But to note, they passed me, and I swear I almost got a contact high. I mean, it was like they literally smoked half of Oregon and just, decided to go for a walk in the woods. Which leads me to wonder, is that the safest thing to do out here? I mean, I know a lot of you do it because a lot of you have written in my comment section that you go to the peak and get high, but do you ever worry about I almost broke my head like 90 times and I'm sober. I couldn't imagine if I was drunk or high. I'm like, oh, this is a peak, and like falling down, and then I'm dead. I'm dead. There's pieces of me everywhere. The bears are gnawing at my flesh. That's what would happen. So is it exactly safe to come out here and smoke out and take a walk through the dangerous, scary woods to a high, rocky peak? I would say the answer is no, but I'm sure a bunch of people will say, well, I get high all the time, and then I go alpine rock climbing. It was just, and I will admit, some of you probably are more saner and calmer and more logical when you're stoned out of your gourd than when you're, straight and sober. But still, just as a safety advice, I wouldn't advise coming out here and doing the Cheech and Chong thing. You can do that in a safe, flat forest, but this is not safe nor flat. This is Wild Kingdom. There's like 1,000 ways. I'm looking at that mountain right there. There's 1,000 ways to die, like right there. I can name probably more than 1,000. And you need to be straight-minded to do that. You need to be, know what you're talking about. But no, we got Animal House lumbering through the forest with their dog. Of course, the dog's going to be just fine. The humans, it might have to sacrifice to the bears or the cougars or whatever else is out there, or, to the invisible Bigfoots that the frat guys are seeing because, they're stoned out of their gourd. But, yeah, just doesn't seem wise or safe to me. But you know what? I don't care what you do as long as you don't make eye contact and you don't say hello. You can, be freebasing cocaine and, riding a unicycle through the woods. As long as you leave me alone, we're good. Here's a note. Please don't freebase cocaine and ride a unicycle through the woods. That's also a bad idea, but I'm gonna just go. That view is beautiful. But a lot of you are just psychotic and you do weird things in the woods, so I'm gonna go this way. So I am now into my final 4 miles of this hike, the 4-mile stretch back. Starting to see more people, starting to see more dogs. I saw a shirtless dude with 2 dogs. So basically I just saw 2 dogs if you use the introverted map. But now I'm hearing the dogs barking through the woods, hearing voices. And again, it's not in my head, it's actual voices coming through the trees. But yeah, so basically what I'm saying is the closer I get to the campground and civilization, the more obnoxious people are starting to get. But I'm still out here. I am very thoroughly into the meandering phase, and I have been for a while. And so I've had actually quite a bit of quiet and quite a bit of solitude today. It's been peppered with the occasional trail runner and dog barking through the woods and weird bird thing. I'm gonna move because that weird bird thing, I swear, is following me. But yeah, I'm on my final stretch. Finally, I am going downhill. The bulk of this so far has been uphill to one degree or another. The first mile or 2 was all uphill, and now it's actually starting to go downhill. So I'm just kind of cruising. But yeah, I know there's people coming because I heard voices, but I'm hoping to avoid that. right, so I seem to be in an endless meander. I have about 2 miles left, and I've seen a couple of people, but other than that, this is what's going on out here. Now, it's completely beautiful and terrifying at the same time, but the trail's not really telling me a story other than green, ferns, trees. So I think, given that I only have a couple miles left and I have nothing else to report, I'm going to go ahead and do my trail rating. So, for those of you who've never seen any of my videos, and that's a large percentage of people, trust me, we rate trails on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being the worst possible scenario for an introvert, and that's Disneyland on the 4th of July. And that's when a black cloud gathers over the park. The gates close and locked. Everyone's locked in. The costume mascots become rabid. They start eating all the guests. All the adults are screaming. All the children are asking for, $100 churros. There's chaos. There's pixie dust. And there's blood all over Main Street. And yes, this is getting dumber and dumber as I go, but I was getting bored, so I have to up the description every single time. I got to like one up myself every time. So that's the worst scenario for an introvert. That's introvert hell. On the opposite end of the scale, at a 10, is introvert nirvana. And that's when it's just you and your sentient, armed, and trained army of penguins is out in the middle of a field in Antarctica, hundreds of thousands of miles away from humans. It's just you and a bunch of militant quacking. I mean, I want a penguin army, and I want to be out in the middle of a field. Now, it's summer, so it's a nice warm ice field, but yeah, that's absolute introvert nirvana. No one there, no one to bother you, no mundane conversations. That's a 10 in my book and on our scale. So, given that, and given the fact that although I have seen probably 10, 15 people on this hike, I've only seen about 10 or 15 people. I haven't seen a whole lot of people. So I'm going to go ahead and rate this at about a 7. Now, I had to deduct points because there was sandwich eating going on at the peak, and that is automatic, -2 points. And I did see a trail runner, so -1. I should deduct more for the trail runner, but it was only 1 trail runner this time. Other than that, and the few other irritants that I saw along the way, this has been a rather nice hike. It's, a beautiful forest. It's very, very good for exercise. There's not a lot going on, and it's great for solitude and isolation. It's been nice and beautiful out here, with some exceptions being, what I've already mentioned. So, in those regards, I'm going to go ahead and give this a 7. So that leads us to our misery index. Now, the misery index is a measure of my misery during this hike, and it's measured on a scale of 1 to 5, with 1 being absolutely no misery whatsoever, which is complete fiction. There's never a point in my life when I don't at least have some small degree of misery. And it goes all the way up to a 5, which is the worst misery you can ever experience. But unfortunately, I often break that scale, and I destroy the 5, and I go way, 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 way past that 5. But today I'm actually doing pretty good, with the exception of the, again, the sandwich eating at the peak, which that was probably around a 5. But other than that, I've been at a 2.5 to a 3 pretty much most of the day. And for those of you, again, the 2 of you that have seen my videos, you know that 2.5 is pretty much where I sit, as an average. So overall, not bad, not terrible. So that's where we are on the trail rating. That's where we are on the misery index. And overall, I mean, it's beautiful out here. It's quiet. It's nice. It's everything I'd ever wanted in a hike, except for the the stone front rows and the weird crap that I've seen. But other than that, this has been pretty good. For me, this has actually been magnificent. I mean, you've seen some of the crap that I've had to go through. So, I think that's it. I think I've said it all. That's where we are on our measurements today. So, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to go down the trail. I'm going to go find my car. And I'm going home. I don't know where you guys are going, but I'm going home. So, let's go do that. So, I am actually officially off the trail, and I didn't show this at the beginning of the video, but the actual place where I park, where the trail actually starts, is down a road literally right next to the main highway, and it goes through a campground. And apparently, I mean, this was where All Trails parked me. Apparently there is actual trailhead parking, but All Trails is like, yeah, no, park next to the road and walk an extra half a mile. All Trails, seriously, you suck. But I am just about back to my car, and thus just about back to my ability to get into my car and get the hell out of here. And I'm filming at a weird angle this time because the sun's like directly behind me, and I'm, you know, trying to make this video not completely suck. So yeah, there you go. That's my contribution to video art. It's not making things suck by putting the sun directly in the lens. Anyway, it is time, because I'm almost back to my car, for us to part and to say our goodbyes. But before that, let's do a quick recap. Today, I went all the way up to the peak of Elk Mountain, which was incredibly steep, but along the way we got to see some great scrambling. We got to see some great views. Unfortunately, there were, you know, a hiker or two out, and there was some sandwiches being eaten at the peak, but we also got to see some dense forests. We got a lot of solitude, and thus we got a lot of happiness. But alas, it is all coming to an end, and it is time for me to speak those magic words to all of you. That's right, folks. Stay introverted, everyone. And of course, I'm going to see you in the next adventure.